Gary? Gary, wake up! God damn it, Gary, where the hell are we? I think we're in a dark world. Oh, what? Yep, that's right. Today's video is about... Chapter 3 and 4 finally released about a week ago, so the hype is real with me. And to capitalize, commemorate on this release, I decided to turn some Deltarune characters into Fakemon. This video will have spoilers, but don't worry, I'll tell you guys when the spoilers begin. So, without any more blabbering, let's jump in! The first character I'll be turning into a Fakemon is Susie, one of the main characters of the game. For these designs I wanted to take inspiration from the original characters' concepts and ideas, but change them up a little more than usual Fakemon adaptations. With Susie I wanted to capture her edge. She at first glance seems to be a pretty stereotypical brutish punk who bullies the players, loves being edgy and eats chalk. But in actuality, Susie's just a massive dork. Like you may have guessed, she's actually got a soft spot. Once you get to know her at least, as her edge is just a defense mechanism. Throughout the first chapter in the game, she's really aggressive and rude, but in the later chapters, you get to see her being a very socially awkward doofus. And I personally love her relation with Chris, it's super fun. I tried to get a good balance between spiky and round shapes with this Pokemon. Its body itself is round, chubby and huggable looking, but it's covered in these large black spikes that give a certain edge to the design. I made these spikes resemble the backplates of Godzilla, as a reference to Susie's love for monster movies. She's a member of the Fun Gang, the three heroes that we follow during the game. And I thought it would be interesting if all the Fun Gang members got to have a heart motif somewhere prominent in their designs. With Susie, it's her belly pattern, which also gives it a little more of a friendly vibe. To make sure the design wasn't dull and monotone, I gave her massive yellow chompers. Perfect for eating chalk, moss and Chris's face. Anything basically. Also a fun detail is the fact that its tail is hidden by sharp spikes. Susie seems to be very self-conscious about her tail, and it's a bit of a running joke for Noelle, Susie's second biggest simp right behind myself, to notice her tail and calling it cute, while Susie denies having one in the first place and tries to hide it. Zillissue, join the party! Zillissue follows from a distance such that no one can tell she's associated. Zillissue from Zilla and Issue. Susie's name is often claimed to be an anagram of issue, just like how Chris's name is an anagram of risk, and Spamton's name is an anagram of tampons.
Zillissue, the Root Buster Pokemon. A Dragon type. At first glance, this Pokemon is violent, aggressive and brutish. But when you train this Pokemon and form a strong bond with it, it will be kind, caring and brutish instead. It has the ability Rough Skin, Intimidate and the hidden ability Strong Jaw.
It turned out to be quite a fun design, very fitting of Susie as a character too. Let me know what you guys think of it in the comments, and if I should have steered a bit further or closer to Susie herself. For the next Pokemon I wanted to draw a design for Javel, the secret boss of Chapter 1, who looks amazing on thumbnails, hehe. Javel is quite an interesting little guy. I enjoy his boss fight a lot, even though by now I'm too good for him. He is a nihilistic jester inspired by the Joker in a deck of cards, often discarded from the deck in many games. So for this design I thought it would be fun to do what Gary does best and give it different forms. You can't stop me! I can do anything! Yep, that's right. I'm giving it a different form for every group of playing cards. Those being spades, clubs, hearts and diamonds. For this design to work, I kind of just took Javel's regular design and Pokemonified it, turning it more cutesy and trickster-like. A little sprite that loves fun, a chaos. This will be the base. On this design I'll overlay the extra symbols from the playing cards. The ends of its jester head, as well as the ends of its tail, will have these card symbols, to change up the silhouette as well. The tail is a reference to the Javel's tail, the item you get for beating this mad clown pacifist style. It will also get a mask from these symbols, giving the face some interesting visuals. Its forms will have different types and different stat spreads. It's just a simple numbers game after all.
Metamorphosis.
No, evolution. This is Pickard from Pickard.
Pickard, the Joker Pokemon. A psychic or dark type. An impish Pokemon by nature, this Pokemon thrives off chaos. Chaos that it often causes itself when pulling pranks and playing games. It has the ability Carousel.
The ability Carousel makes it switch between forms every turn, starting with the Psychic type offensively focused Diamonds form, changing to the Psychic type defensive Hearts form, then metamorphosizing into an offensive Dark type Spades form, to end as a defensive Dark type Clubs form, just to repeat the Carousel ride all over again. I think this would actually be a really fun gimmick that would open it up to some interesting strategies. Maybe it could get a special move like Ring Around, which changes its form a second time that turn, effectively skipping the form it turns into at first. Quite chaotically fun! Talking about fun, we're going back to the fun gang, with everyone's favorite fluffy boy, Ralsei. Fill him with liquid, throw him against the wall! Gonna be blunt and straight with you guys, Ralsei is my favorite character in this game. He's such a lovable little boy with a massive self-esteem issues, and a lot of interesting mystery surrounding him. Together with the Roaring Knight, no worries, no spoilers yet, he's the character with the most mystery and intrigue to him. Well, Prison Des are also good contenders for that spot, but I think Ralsei is my favorite one. The most glaring thing is him looking exactly like Chris's brother, and final boss of Undertale, Azrael. Because of this mystery and intrigue, I decided to turn Ralsei into a dark type. I know, he's fluffy and cute. He could be a fairy type, but I think there's some darker aspects to him. He also has a surprising amount of devil imagery related to him, such as the obvious goat horns, and literally being the Prince of the Dark. I gave him this mantle-like design, resembling both his regular outfits, as well as the cloak he wears during his introduction. And just like Zillissue, this Pokemon has heart imagery. Only this time it's upside down, the hearts. Because Ralsei is definitely the most different of the fun gang. And it's also a reference to the Deltarune itself. This is some lore stuff I won't go too deep into, but the Deltarune is basically the symbol of the prophecy. It has 3 triangles which are speculated to be the 3 heroes, a human, a monster, and a prince from the dark. And Gandalf the Grey, and Gandalf the White, and Monty Python and the Holy Grail, Black Knight, and Benito. And between these 3 heroes, Ralsei is the only Darkener, which are the inhabitants of the Dark Worlds. Go look up the lore yourself, I'm not your mom. Videos in the description. Ralsei has a massive connection to the prophecy of the Deltarune. He's the one who tells you about it. And later on it's revealed that he knows a little bit too much about the prophecy. Very long story short, I used Ralsei's extensive lore to turn his Pokemon into a Dark-type devil-like, very polite goat Pokemon. And I didn't even cover any of the theories about him. Like being a reincarnation of Azrael, him being a god stuck in a time loop, or him smoking weed. Profreet joined the party, from Prophet and the Freets, being a powerful djinn or demon from Muslim mythology.
Profreet, the Dark Prince Pokemon. A Dark type. Profreet is a very timid and kind Pokemon. Despite its Dark type and misfortune that surrounds it, this Pokemon always tries its best to be friendly and helpful to humans. It has the ability Fluffy, Dark Aura, and the hidden ability Magic Guard.
Wow, this section was a lot longer than I expected it to be. I didn't even get to mention its eyes resembling glasses and the scarf with a heart that it wears. Oh well, I'm sure the next Pokemon is gonna be very, very interesting. Gary? Are we there yet? I'm getting tired. Will you shut up already? The dark fountain should be just over there through this dark alleyway. Hey! What the... Hey everyone! It's me! Everybody's favorite #1 rated YouTuber 2025. Muffin G. Muffin! What? Garobo? I thought you were destroyed. Ma, what, whoa, mamma mia, what the, whoa, what, mamma, what, mamma mia, whoa. What, whoa, mamma mia, whoa, what, mamma mia, what is that thing? That's Garobo from the Pokemon Challenge. He tried to take over the channel, you don't remember him? Hey, if it isn't a human. Looks like you're all alone on a late night. Views gone down the drain. Living in a goddamn garbage can! Well, kinda. Not the garbage can part, though. Well, have I got a special deal for you? Just press that like and subscribe for only $4.99. And you too can be a big shot! Big shots! A big shots! Okay, how about we just, go. Yeah, I think you're right. We should probably just skedaddle. Holy Kangadiro! Where are you two going? Don't you want to have friends like me? We don't need Larry. We don't need Harry. Gary, don't believe anything you hear on... No. The man is a smooth criminal. Yeah, sure. Okay, bye. Later. Well, at least I still have my free samples to comfort me. Next up is Spamton, the secret boss of Chapter 2, and for the longest time everybody's favorite character, circa 1997. Spamton is a darker manifestation of spam email, and his lore is quite deep and unique, blowing that of poor Devil out of the water. This character connections and story run deep, even continuing on in Chapter 3 with that world's main boss. No spoilers yet though. In both of Spamton's boss fights, he has a big puppet theme, with that long nose, hinged jaw and the strings keeping him down in his Spamton Neo form, famous for its high defense. So I took this strings and puppets theme and decided to turn this Pokemon into a haunted puppet. Something we surprisingly haven't had in a Pokemon game yet. No, Bayonet doesn't count. I mimicked Spamton's iconic design using wood and plant materials. His long pointy nose being an imperfect branch sticking from a wooden mask, and his hair being shrubbery and leaves. This guy actually has some Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask vibes to it, and I have no clue how that happened, but I do think it's fitting. I also gave the design these vine-like shackles to its arms, fitting for the concept and referencing the silly strings in his Neo boss fight, which was by far the creepiest part of the first two chapters, no matter which route you are playing. I like how I rendered the wood in this design. It looks very good. I think it deserves some nice chromer, don't you? This is
Hyperlink blocked.
from Puppet and Spamton, but also Malletort from Undertale, because they seem to have some connections.
Puppeton, the puppet Pokemon. A grass and ghost type. They hang from trees and barely move for days on end. When they spot prey or humans, they begin moving in stilted motions to lure them in. This trick rarely works. It has the abilities No Guard, Shadow Tag, and the hidden ability Download.
This design actually managed to balance Spamton's original design with a brand new concept quite well, I feel. It's an unevolved Pokemon because I'm planning to do an evolution to it, if this video does well enough. Oh, who am I kidding? I'm gonna make a part 2 anyways. Like that clown around town said, I can do anything! Okay everyone, there's 2 more Pokemon, but these are both from chapter 3 and 4. So we're entering spoiler territory now. So if you don't want to get spoiled, then click off now. If you don't care, however, then don't touch that remote, because that's right, folks! I'm making a Pokemon for my new favorite character in this game, Mr. Antenna, also known as Tenna. Yeah, I know I have a lot of favorite characters with Deltarune, I don't think I'm the only one. Tenna is the brand new final boss of Chapter 3, the TV Dark World, and he's very neat. His over-the-top showman mannerisms were really endearing, and he felt like a fun blend between the Queen and Spamton. So Mike, the lights, the sounds, the whatsits, the doozits, it's TV time! I decided to mix this Pokemon version of Mr. Tenna with the original fan interpretation of Chapter 3's final boss, being Mike, who ended up not being very important in the chapter. This was everything we had to go off before Chapter 3 released. A smiling TV and this creepy smile. Now let's play a game, folks! If you can guess which Pokemon this is within 10 seconds, you win a grand prize! So don't touch that remote, and someone get me a coffee, because it's TV time! Oh wait, you already guessed it. A Rotom form, because Tenna is literally just a CRT TV in the light world. And I thought it would be fun to make a Rotom screen form. So if you guessed correctly, you win a brand new appliance for your home! I used the electric energy that surrounds Rotom to get the shape of Mr. Antenna's namesake antenna, as well as a silly tie fitting for a TV show host. All Rotom forms have a spike somewhere on their design if you look for it, and for this screen form I used the spike to give it a funny nose, taken straight from Tenna's real design. I also gave it a big white smile made from TV static, which gives it an unhinged personality that I quite enjoy. So, everyone put your hands together for our star contestants! Rotom screen form!
Rotom Screen Form. The Plasma Pokemon. An electric and psychic type. A Rotom entered an old TV, and color television was born. They adore it when people stare at their colorful screens all day long, and crave the attention. It has the ability Levitates.
Wait, Tenna's segment is already over? But we haven't even gotten to the bonus round yet. Oh, Gary, get over yourself, we need to go home! Fine. Mike, tear down the boards, tear down the sets, tear down my house, tear down my kids! Oh my gosh, fine! You can say it one last time. Marvelous! Mike, rebuild the set, rebuild my kids! It's TV time! The final Pokemon of today's video is Chapter 4's secret boss, Oberon Smog. Sorry, no, I mean the Hammer of Justice! In Chapter 4 you meet an old man in the Church Dark World, who, semi-spoiler alert, though I'm pretty sure you could have guessed, is a reincarnated Gerson Boom, famed historian, writer, and in the Undertale universe also a war hero. The battle with the Hammer of Justice was very epic. Like, so much fun. So I wanted to honor this fun character and fun battle with a Fakemon of its own. It's a turtle with a shell shaped like a hammer, obviously. The old man, Hammer of Justice, Gerson Boom, wields a big hammer in battle. This is because of his book series, Lord of the Hammer, a literary adaptation of the prophecy, which also serves as a clue for what could happen in Chapter 5. Coming 2026 already? Holy Congadiro, that's nice! When Gerson died, his son, Father Alvin, scattered his dust over Gerson's iconic hammer, and kept it in his office to commemorate him. This is why Gerson ended up reincarnating into the Hammer of Justice when the Church Dark World was opened. Which just throws fire on the flames of the theory about Ralsei being a Darkner reincarnation of Azrael. Probably made by Chris. I gave this Pokemon a personality that can only be described as insane-ish? I don't know how you'd call it, but it's the same personality the old man has in Chapter 4. Very fun. Like an insane mentor figure. I gave him two stubby tails resembling the prongs of a hammer, and his shell is made of ironclad steel. I also gave the design pink accent, a bold color that was in the Hammer of Justice original design. And it works surprisingly well. Pink and green are not colors that I usually associate with each other, but it turned out pretty neat. This is Malletort, from Mallet and Tortoise. It also sounds like a cool fantasy name.
Malletort, the Justice Hammer Pokemon, a steel and fighting type. It throws its entire body at foes, crushing them with a single powerful blow. Don't be fooled by its large and lumbering shell. It can attack with surprising swiftness. It has the ability, huge power.
Well, this turned out to be a really fun journey. I absolutely love Deltarune and I can't wait for Chapter 5 and hopefully Chapter 6 to release next year. These games are absolutely worth playing if you haven't yet. Are you gonna close this damn fountain now or what? I wanna go home. Alright. Have another wonderful day, everyone. I've been Gary the Muffin. Gotta catch me later.